Now, of course, one of the basic insights of this new way of working that we're watching here is that the secret of love is that you agree to everything as it is. And trouble in a couple's relationship begins if somebody wants to change the other one, you see. And I do it as a little exercise first, you see. Now you close your eyes. And you look at your partner. Exactly as the partner is. Perhaps you haven't seen your partner so far because you had a certain image of the partner, an image by which you judged the partner in a certain way. Now you look at the partner as he or she is, and you say, yes, I love you as you are, exactly as you are. Now what happens to you if your partner says to you, I love you as you are, exactly as you are? Suddenly the couple can relax. They feel safe with the other one because they are respected as they are, exactly as they are. And that is love. Consenting to the other one as he or she is, and of course consenting to yourself exactly as you are. And then comes the next step. You say to your partner, and I love your mother exactly as she is. And I like your father exactly as he is. You are as you are because your father and your mother are as they are. So they have a place in my heart. Though the partner can relax even more, they don't have to hide anything about their family. They know their family is welcome. Now there is a certain difficulty involved because both partners come from different families with a different code of values, and they have a different conscience. The man has another conscience as the woman because both come from a different family. And conscience binds us to our family in such a way that we know instinctively what we have to do in order to have the right to belong. And if we deviate in a way from the thinking and beliefs and the values of our family, we have a bad conscience. But since we meet now another person, a partner who comes from a different family, suddenly we have to correct our own conscience. We have to make room in our own conscience for other values. And we have to acknowledge, for instance, that the family of the partner is of equal value as our own. So we have to expand our own conscience in order to make room for the partner and for his or her family. And if we cannot change, if we stick to our own conscience and we think this conscience has a higher value than the conscience of the partner, then the couple is in for trouble. Those who are conscientious are children. They remain children. Adults know how to sin. Only sinners are grown up. Innocent people remain children. Now, sin doesn't mean that they do something bad, but they deviate from the conscience of their family for something greater and more universal. Now, the test whether we are able to grow up is if we have children and the couple has to decide how the children should be educated. Then the woman says, well, according to the values of our family, and the man says, according to the values of our family. And usually the woman prevails. That's an observation, without any judgment, you see. And what is the result? If children are educated according to the values of the mother, children later on follow their father. Those who... Is it true? Can you follow me there? It's because children are loyal to both parents. And if the one prevails over the other, then the children secretly follow the other one. That's why our father is such a strong influence in our society. Because very often they are rejected. Their values are rejected. Now, I'll come back to the issue of education, see? The man and the woman agree that the values of both families are of equal value. And children can follow the values of their father and the values of their mother. And there's a beautiful sentence, you see, so that we can make children happy. So the woman says to a child, if I look at you, I see your father, and I love in you your father, as she is, and I'm happy if you become like your father. Not so easy, is it, sometimes? And the other way around, you see, the man looks at the child and says, if I look at you, I see in you your mother, and I love in you your mother. And I'm happy if you become like your mother. But this is love. And something else in addition. This is freedom. At that moment, the child is free to follow its own path. Shall I go on? Can you still listen? So? Well, the beginning is that we agree to our partner as he or she is. And of course, a relationship begins because the man misses a woman and a woman misses a man. They feel incomplete. They need the other one in order to be complete. But some are looking for an ideal partner. What is the ideal partner? The one who is exactly like me. Therefore, with an ideal partner, there's no growth possible. Everything is the same, the same, the same, the same. That's why they separate after some time, you see. Now, if the partner is different, necessarily different, then they grow by taking in from the partner what they themselves miss or don't have. And that is growth. Taking in more and more and more of what you did not have before. And that's why we grow in a partnership. The other day, Sophie made an observation. That there are so, in Germany, it's only in Germany, of course, there are some very, well, respected spiritual books, you see, on spirituality and so on. And she said, they're all written by men. And those men don't have a woman. What do they know about spirituality? They haven't had to prove their personal growth, you see. Just imagine the Dalai Lama has a woman, or the Pope has a woman. Wouldn't be wonderful? Wouldn't they be able to say more than they say now, with another experience there? Well, this is the first thing in a partnership, that they say yes to one another as they are. And they say yes to one another as their families are. And they say yes to one another to their special destiny. And that's not so easy. Because once a couple come together, they engage in a common task. And of course, a common task in a partner, in a couple's relationship, is the child. Once they have children, they are engaged in a common great task in the service of life. And since they are engaged, they also feel fulfilled in a certain way. And later on, where something else may come up in a couple's relationship. Suddenly, the man may feel that he is led in another direction, and the woman feels she is led in another direction. In order to grow and to find their personal fulfillment, they have to go in a certain way, and then their ways may separate. The man goes in another direction, and the woman goes in another direction. And if they agree to this, that both, after some time, have to move in a different direction, they can separate with love, agreeing to one another that both can take their own fulfillment in a different way. And there is a little sentence they can say to one another, and the sentence is, I love you, and I love all that may be your destiny and mine. So I agree to your destiny, to your fulfillment, and I agree to mine, to my destiny and my fulfillment. And then they let one another go, both let the other one go, and they remain connected with a deep love. And then sometimes one partner may say, well, you have to be faithful to me. You can't go your own way. I come first. Very often in a couple's relationship. And then, what that means actually is that the one partner demands from the other one that he should give up his personal destiny for them. Then what is then left of the original love? Nothing. Nothing. And now if one of the partners wants to go his way in a certain direction, and he feels he has to do this, and the other one stands in the way, he has to tell the other one, my destiny comes first. And then he forces the other one also to change. And if they don't, he must not sacrifice his own life, as it were, to the partner. That has to be considered as well. And there are situations in a couple's relationship where, for instance, the woman is drawn to follow somebody in her family. For instance, if they have, as children, said to their mother or to their father, "I die in your place," then later on, they're still in that same movement, and suddenly the man sees that his wife is drawn in this direction, and he cannot prevent it. He has to say yes. And then the destinies of a family, they interfere in a decisive way in a couple's relationship. And we must that acknowledge too. Now I want to say something when I work with a couple. The first thing is I have a great respect for a couple. And I don't want to know anything about their private life. Though they are safe from curious questions from my side, I won't put any curious questions. The respect for couples relationship is too deep for me, from my side. And I work in the service of love. But I don't have a vision what I want to achieve. I don't have any opinion what is right or wrong. So I see from your movements, you see, what will be helpful, but nothing more. See, this is the way I want to do that. Now, since I worked with her this morning, I'm happy that you turn up too. It maybe we get the other side as well, you see, and the other resources as well. In this way, I'm happy that you want to look at it, and I give you my full support. Now, how many children do you have?
Two boys.
2 boys. One of you in a former relationship, in a significant former relationship, married before, some not. Children in other relationships? No, okay. These are standard questions I ask. Now the question is how to begin, you see? And I work with representatives. It's easier, you see, than to just watch. We feel also free. So I take a representative of the husband who would volunteer. The husband, you, okay? And the representative of the wife. I have to protect your child, that I don't want to get you involved in something too emotional, okay? Good. So, yes, I take you with. You just stand opposite and we observe what happens. something has interfered in your relationship, you see. Something has happened. So the husband can no longer go to the wife. She's occupied with something else. And from what we see, she's looking at the child. I take you, lie in front of her on the floor, on your back. This is a situation where we can see that the man cannot do anything. You were that one child this morning, huh? Yes. And you were the other one? Okay, stand here. All the time, he has the eyes closed. That would mean he is in peace. Don't say anything. Just go with the movement. look there. Now you stand up. How are you feeling now? Better or worse?
Better.
How are you feeling now?
Heavy.
You?
Confused.
Now you stand up. Stand up. And you stand up. And you too stand up. On the other side. How is this?
Not quite as good. Not quite as good.
For you?
A lot easier. A lot easier.
For you?
Long way away.
Now you turn again. Are you feeling?
Sad, and I feel safe here, but I don't know. When they were turned that way, I was kind of wishing them well, sort of thing.
Yes. Yes. Tell him, I let you go.
I let you go.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
I keep you in my heart.
I'll keep you in my heart.
Now you turn. Now you turn to your mother. You may sit over here, then you can see it better if you want to. Just make room for them. Yes. Look ahead. Say to her, please.
Please.
And you say to him, yes.
Yes.
Now you stand up. How's this?
So,
How is this
bit better, yeah.
for you?
A little bit better.
Imagine you go much further still. Much further. You two, both of you. How's this?
Better.
Yeah, I feel more strong.
You are on your own. Both of you, you are on your own. How is that?
Scary.
That's how life is. For you?
I feel better, I feel more relaxed.
Tell him, I take you by the hand. Tell him.
I take you by the hand.
That feels better.
Yes. Two brothers. I think I can leave it here. Thank you all. Because from what we could see, there's also something in your family, something heavy, you see, that influences your children, you see. And sometimes this is a proper solution, you see, as we saw it at the end. You see. And you said that to the children, you see, your representative, I wish you well. They can go, as far as you are concerned, they can go, you see, on their own future. And you look after them with love, you see, and all good wishes, you see. And the same probably applies to you too, you see. Now you stand up, both of you. Now you look together after your children. they are in greater hands. So you must know that. And then you can feel confident. And they feel much better, of course. Can I leave it here?
Thank you.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
This was much more than just a couple's relationship, you see. Then we see how a couple is bound up with a long past in their families, you see. They influence them and their children. And if you see these entanglements, as we could see here, see, is anybody bad? They're just entangled, all of them, you see. And there is a personal way to leave entanglements behind, you see. Also a way where parents look at their children, that they can leave these entanglements behind. So you offer your children their own future, just their own future. I see your faces, it sounds good for you, you see? And that will have an effect on your children now, is it? Okay. Now how are you doing? I thought we have a more comfortable afternoon, not so difficult, and so on. But it's a beautiful experience to see what entanglements are, you see? And then we become very, 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 very humble. And I had an image, you see, when I was looking at this, you see. It's a little bit risky to say it, you see. But I had the image that had to do with a former life as well. Already this morning, what happened there, you see, I had the inkling. It had to do with a former life as well. And there is a way to deal with that, you see. And I may do that as a meditation with you, you see. For you and for the others as well. Okay? And now you allow your body to fall asleep. All your senses fall asleep, but your mind is wide awake. And then your mind leaves your body behind in a way. It is as if you move outside your body, leaving it behind. And then you move to a higher realm. And you reach the dimension of a universal consciousness. And you linger there for a moment, asking for guidance. And then your mind moves further, higher up as it were, and you reach a level where no time exists. The level beyond time. On that level, there is no past, no future, because everything is there, present, at the same time present, present without any time. All people who ever lived are present. You, whomsoever you might have been in a former life perhaps, are also present with all your lives, all present. But everybody completely by himself. Nobody needs anything. You don't need anything. Nobody needs anything from you, because all look in the same direction, far away at a dim light, far away, dim as if it is beyond our horizon. All looking in this direction without any need from anyone at their side. And there we stay, completely with ourselves. Free. And now we slowly return from there very slowly back to our body, back to time. I want to say something general. This kind of work that I demonstrated here, and in which you cooperated in such a wonderful way, is based on insights. And it's based on new insights. Now I call this kind of work going with the spirit mind. And spirit mind means here going with a force that is behind everything that exists. Now this creative force, it's a thinking force, an intelligent force, because everything that is in motion is intelligent, not only in the way it is thought. Intrinsically, it is intelligent. Now, in our bodies, there are billions of intelligent cells and molecules, whatever, you see. All are intelligent. That means they are connected with a mind. A universal mind operating in everything. And thus, this mind, it is obvious to me, is keeping everything moving and alive at every moment by thinking it all the time as it is. Therefore, also everything that is intelligent in this way and moving in an intelligent way is you. In our body are no repetitions. Every intelligent movement is you. Now we can move on the way of knowledge, of gaining knowledge in various ways. So many historians, they look what has been in the past, and then they just describe what has been there before. And that's boring after some time. Especially since everything they say, of course, is wrong. Yes. Nobody knows anything about the past. They have images about the past. Therefore, historians write different books about the same things, because have different images in this. Now there is a way of creative thinking, and this is a way of thinking I have pursued for many years. And in a way, it is a philosophical thinking. And I called it the phenomenological approach. That's not a good word, but I explain what it means, you see. The important thing is that we have a new insight. That's the important thing. Something that has never been before. Now, if we think about something that is present, see, something that we know, it's not new. We are perceiving something that is there already, you see. And when we go to school, we have to learn a lot of things that have been there already, and no new thinking. Now, when I started to see to move in this way, I went through a dark night. And that means I forgot everything I knew. I did not rely on something I knew, and I was open for an insight that has not been there before. It's a completely new insight, and that is a creative insight because it goes together with a movement of the spirit mind. For instance, what I said about conscience has never been said. Never. It's a completely new insight with far-reaching effects in all ways of life. That is, knowing what will come to be. It's not yet there, it's completely new. Now, most of the things connected with this new way of doing this work are new. Most of the things I said here were new. They were new to me, and they were new to you. That's why they could move something forward in a way that something is possible that has not been possible before. Now, when I started on this way of gaining knowledge, I did not understand the far-reaching consequences of these insights. So I applied them in my work, and others took them up in a way. And in this way, family constellations developed. But I have now seen that these insights are a science of their own. And they are a universal science of human relationships. But since they are moving with the spirit mind, they're not complete. They're always moving on, adding something, adding something, adding something in a creative way. And since I understood the far-reaching effects these insights had, I called them a science, and I called them Hellinger science. And the name Hellinger protects them against those who think, well, I take a little bit and I correct it, I use it with something else, and then they are no longer going with this creative movement anymore. That's why I call this work Hellinger's Scientia. And I've written a book about it, where I gather the main insights that led to the present state of my work. And this book will also be published in English. It has been translated into English already. Maybe it is available sometime in May. Therefore, when reading this book, you find many helps to apply these insights in your work. And of course, here I demonstrated the application of Hellinger's Scientia in a very general way, of course. It was just an introduction. And Sophie, my wife, and I have now begun to offer trainings in a more extensive way for those who want to learn this, to practice it, and to get introduced to the inner stance you have to have if you apply this work. And in this way, I hope many people can be introduced in a completely new way of thinking. And this new way of thinking means we are introduced into an attitude of consenting to everything and to everybody as it is. And what that means we have learned here in this workshop. And in this meditation, I introduce you to a special aspect of these new developments. And some of these things I have demonstrated here as well. Once we are in tune with the movement of the spirit mind, sometimes we understand what will help a person just knowing one sentence, helping with one sentence. That's the utmost condensation of this kind of work. And now I do an exercise similar. So I propose that you center yourself, and then you allow all those people who belong to your family to stand in front of you. And to your family belong not only your parents and your brothers and sisters, but also your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your uncles and your aunts, former partners of your parents, all those who made life possible in this particular family. And all those who are dead, who had a short life or had a difficult fate, they're all gathered there in front of you. And they make a circle around you, many whom you never heard about, but you feel that they belong to your family. And you look at them, at each one of them, and you allow yourself to be seen by them, by each one of them. And you open your heart wide for all of them. All are in resonance with you. All belong to your family. And as you expose yourself to all of them, you wait until you are given a sentence, or perhaps even only one or two words that you can say to them, and it is a sentence that will make all of them happy. This sentence is given to you. It's a creative sentence that changes everything for everybody at the same time. And it makes you rich. Okay. Some who found such a sentence? It's a wonderful connection to the people in our family. I will demonstrate working with such sentences with you now, just as a kind of conclusion of this workshop. And I take two people who want to solve something for themselves, and I will get in resonance with them and say such a sentence. Close your eyes. The sentence that occurred to me, I will say to you, and you let it sink in, and then you return to your place without saying anything. The sentence that occurred to me was, now it is finished. The sentence is, I'm sorry. You close your eyes, look at your partner, and you wait for a sentence you could tell him, perhaps not loud, just in your heart, a sentence that will make your partner happy. There may be some surprises when you come home, of course. But you have this sentence in mind. And I do another exercise with you. Now you look at a child, you see. One of your own children, or at another child, and you get in resonance with that child, and you wait for a sentence that will make that child happy. How are you doing with this kind of moving with the spirit mind? There are many surprises in this. Open up new dimensions. And you can practice that also in your daily life. See, often we get letters from people there, and they don't reach me because Sophie is protecting me from all these mails. But sometimes she brings a letter and she said, well, read it. Do you have a sentence for them? And then I read it and I get centered, and suddenly I have a sentence, very short sentence. I say it, she writes it down, and she sends it to the people. And if you have a client, you see, you can do the same. You let them sit at your side, and you don't have to inquire. You get in resonance with them, and suddenly you know the decisive sentence. And you say it, you see. Now you come over here, you sit here. Yes. So you close your eyes. It's a very simple sentence I have for you, see? The sentence is, I begin. Okay, good. Now, everything about this workshop was under a special star there. So things just developed all by themselves. So that I came up was more or less from had to do something else. Then I had some time here. And then I wrote to you, and you said immediately yes. And so we had that wonderful experience together. And my special thanks to you and to all your helpers. And my special thanks to Jutta, who actually introduced me here, you see. Done a lot of preparation for all this, and you accompanied me and them now in a beautiful way. And thanks to Barbara, to you, for promoting the work in a beautiful way by the knowing field you publish. And there are many others here, you see, so I know from a long time already here, from former times. And I feel like being in a huge field. And each one of them who are there, who are in resonance with one another, they support one another, and yet they're all on their own way as well. And I'm glad that there are so many who go their own way. And yet there is an exchange between us that supports us mutually in this way of showing love in another way, including where before we have been people excluding. And I want to say something about this movement, moving with the spirit mind, because we are guided in this way by a special conscience, by a spiritual conscience, and we can check within ourselves whether we are in tune with it or whether we have lost the connection with the movement of the spirit mind. There's one important thing. Whenever we feel calm and recollected, no worries, no fears, just being here in the present, then we are in tune with the movement of the spirit mind. And as soon as we become eager and restless and begin to worry about ourselves and others, we have lost that connection. So we are guided by an inner awareness whether we move with that spirit mind, and we learn that. And that's part of the whole life, you see, going in this way, in tune with other forces, and that has a wonderful effect. We shall be happy. And that's my good wish for all of you.